What is up, guys? You're tuning into this Okiru podcast. I'm your co-host, Jasper, and we thank you so much for spending this time with us. We hope you enjoy this episode. Make sure to follow us on our socials at Okiru on Instagram, Okiru on Facebook, Okiru on YouTube, and also Okiru on major platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We hope you enjoy. Okiru. What is up, guys? Welcome to another Okiru podcast in collaboration with Lace Kicks. Today we have two guests from the US. We got Taureen and Elijah. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, please do. Who's going first?
Absolutely.
Colts, go first, buddy.
All right, you got it. You know it. So, hey guys, I'm Colts Nation 87. I go by Elijah or Eli. Either one's fine. You can find me on Instagram under Colts Nation 87. Also on Twitter under the same thing, Colts Nation 87. Just so happy to be a part of the Late Kicks family. Thanks for having us on here, and we want you guys all to listen to these podcasts and just kind of hear about the subjects that we're all pretty in tune to when it comes to sneakers and mental health. So just enjoying the time being with you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
All right. Colts Nation, also insane sneaker collection. I'm telling y'all right now. The man's ones are insane.
No, I'm gonna tell you something. I gotta jump in real quick. Shoefly, you have like the greatest fits, man. I go over to your page. I'm like, man, this guy is just
I appreciate that.
Cool,
Thank
man.
you.
I love it. I love it. You're always fly, man. I love it.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
So it's your boy T. I represent Shoefly TV, man. You can check out Shoefly TV on Instagram, Twitter. I have a Facebook page, also YouTube. I do reviews on all the sneakers that I personally cop. I also do reviews on the latest in sneaker protection, like sneaker shields. I used to do reviews on Crep when the product was actually decent. So, but yeah, man, you can catch me on any of them platforms. Like I said, Shoefly TV, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Catch me on all of that, man.
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming on. It's a blessing, especially with the time differences. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to jump on with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure.
Privilege.
I guess you guys were talking about before we come down, like these new releases that are coming up. Do you want to unpack that a bit more and let's talk about it?
Yeah, I absolutely. So Shoefly, go ahead, man. I want to hear. I didn't go for the Kobe's, but go for it, man. I want to hear what you had. I want to hear what you got to say. I want to know how it went, because I heard on the outskirts. I heard the outskirts, but I want to hear more, man.
First off, I just want to say I don't see light at the end of the tunnel with this sneakers app ever. I'm gonna start it off that way. So me personally, I almost never win on this app, dude. Oh. I don't know what it is. And I've been collecting sneakers since the 90s. And even since the app's inception, I've been using the app, but I don't know why, but for some reason, it's hit or miss for me. If it's something that's a general release that there's a lot of pairs of, I might hit on that. But if it's anything remotely rare, your boy ain't getting it. It's not happening. Yep. So with that being said, I for sure thought that I was not going to be selected for this Kobe Mambacita 6 release. I'm like, there's no way. I never win anything. No way they're going to pick me. I go to open up my phone that morning at 7:41 exactly.
Yeah.
I got selected.
Damn.
And I missed it because I was 100% sure in my mind there was no way that I was getting access to this. And it's the culture of that app that did that to me.
Yep.
And it's disheartening that so many of the the shoe in itself, the day it came out, went up to $700.
Yep.
Currently, right now, I think it's hovering around $1,500 or so.
Wow.
For my size, and for me personally, that is disgusting.
Yep.
Because this man's legacy and what he means to a lot of people, I'm not even gonna sit on this app and act like I'm the biggest Kobe fan. I just loved him. But at the same time, the same reason why I went out and bought his jersey and certain sneakers that he played in is because I respect greatness.
Mhm.
And it's a piece of history. That's what sneaker collectors, I feel like we do. We collect history.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So with that being a piece of history and me not being able to obtain it because the culture that Nike has built with this app, it honestly, it's one of those things, man. It's like a lot of people say, like, you know, delete the app. I never do. I never have deleted it, but like this release honestly really hurt, man. That it hurt me to my core to not be able to obtain the sneaker, because I would have never sold it. I would have kept it. And like to see the resellers and the people who were able to get their hands on this and them reselling it, man, it just makes me sick, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely agree. I didn't look to see if I got selected. I did. After I kind of saw all the news coming out and everybody tweeting about what had happened and everything that went out, I did go check my phone. I wasn't selected. No surprise. But the thing is, Shoefly, and there were so many others that also seemed like, to me, I saw so many tweets on Twitter, on Instagram. So many people were posting about how they had missed it. They had gotten it, but they missed it, or they didn't know. And I really do think it goes back to exactly what you said, though, is that they're so callous and so despondent over that app, because it's like you never get selected. You try to go on there and buy a shoe, you can't. It makes your whole day kind of just feel dreary and down and depressed, because it's like, God, it's a shoe you really want. So why would I ever think I'm getting exclusive access when I never get it anyways? And
absolutely.
And then you go on there and look, and sure enough, you did. So that makes it hurt even worse, you know, because it's like, wow, I did get selected, and then you don't get it. So it makes you feel even worse. And I don't think she can only do so much. But Vanessa Bryant has been very outspoken about all this. She's like, I don't want this to be a shoe that's going to be resold. I want people to get it into the hands of the people that want it and that really cared and that really loved Kobe and all this stuff. I don't, and it's exactly, it's not happening. And it's the same thing. It's like, it's going up $1,500 on StockX or Go. Give me a break. You know, this is not what Kobe would want. I know he wouldn't have wanted it. And she doesn't want it either, but I think it's out of her hands. You know, she can only control so much. But
to chime into that, because that's an excellent point. I feel like with this particular release, though, they were already made, so there was nothing she could do about it.
She could do. Yeah.
As far as the numbers, how many sneakers were able to release, this wasn't something that I don't think she could have had her fingerprint on, because the sneakers were already made and ready to go.
Yeah.
So in her defense for this release, I would say that part, but like, it's crazy how you hit the nail on the head. Exactly how I feel. Exactly how I feel.
Yeah, because I know, and the reason why is because I've been there. I've been there exactly where you're feeling. I've missed EAs before. I've missed out on drops. I would tell you, I don't even, the amount, if you went into my phone and found out how many times I open up the sneakers app anymore, it'd probably say it's the least or rarely used at this point, because I just don't, because I know I'm not going to get anything. So I end up going to Goat or StockX and just paying the bill, you know? And I hate to do it, but it's where it goes. You know?
So with this, I will say that there's always the flip side of things, and there's always the beautiful side of things that happen.
Right.
I saw a lot of people that got this sneaker that are actually wearing the sneaker. I've seen so many tweets of people that I feel like were deserving of this sneaker who got the pair, and when they came in, straight to feet. And I'm so proud to see that, and so happy to see that as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I the same. I would have to say the same thing. For the amount of times I've seen people say they didn't get it or they missed EA, I've seen maybe about the same saying that they got it, which is amazing, you know, and that's great, you know, but it's hard. It's hard, and it leaves you, and it kind of leaves you feeling numb and depressed and bummed, because the sneakers are part of my life. It's a part of people's lives, you know, shoe fly, it's all, you know, it's a big thing that we are into. And it's a hobby that we love, but it's like, if you can't get it and you see everybody else get it, it just hurts. It hurts. Just straight up. You know, it hurts. I don't know what else to say. It just does, you know, and it doesn't make you feel good. That's for sure. And I don't know. I hope it changes, but it doesn't. I agree with you. I don't think it ever will. It doesn't seem like it anyways.
Yeah.
So what I took away from it, though, is like celebrating the other people's W's And then also realizing, you know what I'm saying, especially with the Kobe situation, like life is short. It's just a shoe.
Yeah.
It's honestly just a shoe. And like this month, I want those red 9s. I want those navy blue 6s. It's on to the next one. You take your L's with certain ones, man. It's gonna be another one that comes. So I'm back on the hunt again. So it's not like, you know, it should never be that serious. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that day you weren't talking me out of my funk the day of. Like, I just kept looking at my phone and looking at that picture, and I'm like, damn, I really got selected. But here we are today, and honestly, I'm over it.
No, I know, and good for you for moving on, because it's not easy. I've been sour for probably a good month on a couple pairs, but again, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep rambling on here, but I do want to say in with what you're saying, because you made a really good point. It's just a shoe, and I don't think whatever should happen is what just happened down at the Menor store, where I believe it was a security guard that got shot or something like that. It should never ever come to that point. It is just a shoe. It is just a material shoe. Yes, it has a meaning. Yes, we all love it. Yes, there's history, but don't ever let it get to that point. You know, it's just not worth it. Not worth it.
So
that's crazy.
To chime in on that, for those who do not know about that situation, that store, they took a sledgehammer to the back. Did you see the pictures of that?
I didn't see it. I just read the news. I just heard the news.
A sledgehammer to the back of the store to try to break through the wall of the back of the store.
Oh my God.
So it went that far. So then security comes and sees them doing that. And then unfortunately, that's when the person got shot, because they came checking on what these guys are doing. But it's like, like to your point, like, it's a shoe. Are you,
it's a shoe.
Are you insane? Like, you're taking a sledgehammer to the back of a building for a shoe?
Right. Yeah. Unbelievable.
And like I said, I've been collecting since the 90s. That is almost the most radical thing. That's like super villain worthy. No, really. like a sledgehammer to the back of the building. Like, that's like
insane. It's not, never should come to that. Don't ever let it come to physical violence or, you know, physical property destroy, whatever it might be. It's just not worth it. And you see it too much, you know, with these big drops and these releases and these people get in line. And I love being in line to wait for things. I've done it before. It's amazing. You get to meet great people, but sometimes those crowds just get too much, and it's like guns go off, and it's like, no, this is just a shoe, guys. This is a shoe, as much as we love it.
You are on point, my friend, because absolutely the line should be for making connections. It should be for networking.
We're here for it.
It should be
we're here for it. To
get to know the local people in your area that are also collector. It's supposed to be something that creates friendships, not fights.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
In my personal opinion, because a lot of the times, especially like I said, since collecting back then, a lot of these lines that I've been in previously, like, I developed friendships and knowing people off of being in line with these guys all the time, to the point where even sometimes they're like, oh man, hey, come, you can cut me, bro. Like, I know you ain't my size. Like, I don't want you I'm not gonna let you stay all the way. Like, come on and just come in front of me. Like, I got you.
Good
like,
for you, man.
It should be that type of environment. It shouldn't be like, oh, you cut me, let's fight, or people bum rushing the door, running over each other. I mean, I know you guys have probably heard about the previous Jordan 11 releases. They're running over moms.
Stuff
like
that.
Like,
nuts. It's too much. It doesn't need to go there.
No,
absolutely not.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you've been collecting for quite a while now, and you said the importance of being in these lines is to build those connections, build those friendships and network. How has that changed since you started to where it is now?
To me, and I'm sorry, Coach Nation, I feel like I'm taking too much of the spotlight.
No. You listen. Let me just speak real quick on that. You have been doing it a lot longer than me, so I'd actually love to hear what you say, man. So I'm bowing down to you, man. You got the experience. You're my guy.
No, but you
go for it.
You also the man. Don't
you go, man.
I love it. You guys are so humble.
With me, honestly, it's the same as with retail shopping. The digital era has changed everything. Because we basically went from standing in line, first come, everything was first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Then we went from first come, first serve to wristbands to try to organize it a little bit. Then we went from wristbands to the reservations and the apps. And to me, it's completely on. It's gone. Those type of relationships, it's obviously gone, because all you have to do is go into an app that might give you the opportunity to purchase the sneaker. But it was like, if you went back in the day and you were first, second, third, fourth, fifth in line, you knew you were getting that sneaker.
Yeah.
You knew you had a guarantee. Like, now it's like, I fill out this, it's just like, the human aspect of it and the human element of it, it's been taken away, honestly. It's like everything's through the phone now. So it's like, you don't get to develop those relationships, because you're walking into the store, you show them your reservation, they bring it out the back, you check out and leave. So it's not the same at all. They have definitely dehumanized the entire process.
Right. And and that's, I agree with everything you just said. I think you nailed it all. It's been, I will say, with losing the going to like a brick and mortar store and waiting and all those things, kind of losing that thing. It is nice that social media is great in a lot of ways, but it's so bad in some ways, because I do feel like you kind of lose that human connection. Absolutely. But also, I have with my time on Instagram, and when I finally made my account public and all that stuff, I met so many amazing people. I mean, people that are, I'm Shoe Fly TV right here, literally right here. I mean, this guy is amazing. And I'm here we are with Lace Tick's family. I'm meeting Lace Tick's. We're talking to him. We're doing stuff. He's in Australia. It's unbelievable what has happened. And I enjoy every minute of that aspect. But then it also has those negative things where you do run into a lot of people that are just trying to flex, or they're trying to just be like, oh, hey, buy this from me, or hey, do this with me. It's like, no, we're not here for that. We're just here to build a team and to build a community. And that's what. So in that sense, it's changed a lot in that way. So a lot of good change, but also a lot of bad change that comes along with it, But
that was beautifully said. That is
likewise, bro. Likewise.
And to that, and to add to that point as well, it's like, I know that me, myself personally, just by having a conversation with somebody, even if it's honestly through us messaging each other and stuff like that, I honestly, I can tell if you're genuine or not.
And
I feel like the people who are more successful and will be more successful for the longevity of things are gonna be the people who are more genuine, are gonna be the people who are more real, man, because people want to surround themselves with that. Like, with all the negativity in the world, you just want to be around something positive. You want to hear something positive. Like, you want positive feedback. Like, if I switch my laces, like, if you don't agree with it, the classy way to go about that is like, you know what, like nice pick. Like, if you don't like the laces, just like the pick or something, but don't I would never put those laces in that shoe. That looks horrendous. I don't know. You must help. Like, it's like some people just go out of their way. To hate, and it's just like, dude, like, why are you so miserable hopping on my page, like just exacting that hate, especially for people who don't do it to other people, like we need more positivity in the world. We definitely we're in a place right now where honestly the world's not in a good place, and like I just feel like positivity definitely needs to be fed into the world a lot more. So with the aspect of what you're saying, it's definitely excellent that we get to communicate with people around the world, and we get that aspect of it, because that's beautiful. That's wonderful. Like, I never thought I'd be chopping it up with people. It's about sneakers in Australia. Like, that's so dope.
Same here. I love it. And that's it too. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut in again here, but I was going to say, I've gotten the same exact thing as Shoe Fly is talking about. I've gotten, like, I posted a picture. I posted on Twitter and Instagram. Those are my main things. And people will they'll comment and they'll say like, hey, nice pick. Hey, nice work. Thanks. I appreciate it. And then some people straight up just say like, that shoe's ugly. And I'm like, and I can't help it. I just got to write back and say, hey, I appreciate the feedback. I'll see what I can do, but it's like, the same thing. There's so many different ways that people can also just go about that and say, yeah, it wasn't really the shoe for me, but great shot of it or whatever. Or if they don't like the laces, just say, hey, it came with this other pair of laces too. You might want to try those and just see how it looks, see if you like it. But instead they gotta say, the shoe's ugly. No, I'll never drop those laces in there. Forget that. Okay, that's fine. That's your opinion. That's fine. But you can do it in a lot nicer way, But yeah, that's that social media aspect again, where it's like some people are just great and some people are like, wow, okay, you're just kind of just trying to tear anybody down that you can. Not worth it.
On that note, though, I will say, and I'm gonna say it, if you utilize social media, social media, you use it, Twitter is like the village of the damn. It's like, dude, I have never seen so many miserable people where they literally all they do is dedicate their day to trolling people. So when you said like get it on Twitter, like I do post stuff on Twitter, but if I already just expect it to be coming from that place just because like I've never been. The sad thing is that some of it's entertaining, actually.
It is. No, dude, it's like a lot of people comment. They've been commenting recently saying they can't believe this. I can't believe this app is free because some of the stuff is so hilarious on there.
Yeah,
and people get so fired up and riled up over stuff, and it's like, whoa, guys, slow down. We're just people. We're just all people here. We're all just trying to make it. And it's like I tell people like that people don't come on very much. I'm like, well, I'm not really on there. I'm like, well, if you do come on, welcome to the Thunderdome because it's just a wild place to be. Instagram's a little more civil and calm down.
Yeah. Oh
man.
Oh
man,
good
like
times.
Man, like it's a like what Elijah was saying, like it's a blessing to be able to be connected with you guys all the way from the US and to have these discussions, like. And I see you guys, you're just constantly edifying each other. You guys are so humble. You walk with humility just from like my first interaction with you guys. And it's just like, wow, you really need more of this in the sneaker community.
Absolutely.
It's like what you guys are saying.
Appreciate that, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like you guys are saying, you see a lot of those guys who just like say all this hate for like, why? Like, you can say it in a way that isn't so negative. You can provide feedback without attacking people,
Absolutely.
Right.
So I guess the question I want to ask is like, how can we encourage more sneakerheads, people in the community to be more positive and to encourage each other like you guys are doing to one another?
Yeah. And Stu-Fly, I wouldn't mind if I jump in, but I don't.
No,
it's
absolutely.
hard. Thank you. It's hard on social media because it's hard you got to come off as, when you say things on social media, people never know your tone of how you're saying it, or if you're saying it sarcastically or angrily or happy. It's kind of a hard thing. You can use emojis to try to specify that or define that, but it is hard. My thing is like, I've had, and I'm not saying it's the right way to do it because my way is it is a little bit kind of on a sarcasm end, but I'll, like somebody will say, hey, that shoe's ugly. And I'll say, hey, thanks for the feedback. And I've had a couple of people come back and say, like, they didn't say I'm sorry, but they said, it just wasn't the shoe for me. And I'm like, hey, I totally get it, man. The shoe just isn't for everybody. I said, I love it, but it's not for you. I totally get it. So I don't know if it's like things like where you could just kind of get, it's kind of that, the saying from the Bible is a soft answer turns away wrath. And it's like, you just kind of like go back to them and say, you kind of just go back and say, hey, I appreciate the feedback, and it's like, that's not saying anything mean. It's just saying like, you acknowledge what they're saying. And then if they come back to you, and I've had people come back and literally just be like, yeah, it just wasn't the shoe for me. I'm like, man, I totally get it. There's shoes out there that I just did not like, but, and it seems like maybe it just made them stop and think for a second, like, hey, my response was a little rough. Maybe I could do it nicely the next time. I don't know. That's the way I sometimes try to do things, but it's not always the best.
Yeah.
But to tie into that, I got a few things myself personally. One, buy what you like. To his point, he liked it. So if the sneaker wasn't bought for you, the picture was posted for people to look at. But at the same time, I bought this sneaker with my hard-earned money because I liked it.
Right.
I didn't buy it for your approval. I didn't buy it because I want you to like it. I bought it because I like it. I'm just sharing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I think also too, with a lot of us older sneakerheads like me being an OG, I feel like we got to stop gatekeeping and stop being so negative towards the younger generation of collectors, especially like, you know, with them not knowing everything. And like, you know, you got somebody that's like, oh, you see those ice blue 12s? Those are obsidian 12s. Don't you call them that? Like, you know, like, you know what I mean? Stuff like, you know what I mean?
I know
like,
exactly what you mean.
Like, don't talk about those black toe ones like that. The original ones came with a black tongue, not a white tongue. Those aren't the original. Like,
that's right. Yes, I love it. Yep.
And it's like stuff like that. I feel like that type of stuff needs to stop. It's like, okay, like there's ways to educate. Like, hey man, that like those black toes are nice, but did you know that the original pair back in the day that actually came with a black tongue instead of a white tongue? Imagine how much cleaner that would look. On these, as opposed to trying to shove knowledge down people's throats in a negative manner, you know what I'm saying? Or like, just because you don't know a colorway, like, you know, back in the day when those released in 97, they were actually called the Obsidians, not the Ice Blues, but that's a cool nickname.
Right. And to that, right there you go, right there. I'm new. I'm a lot newer into sneakers than a lot of people. And I didn't know that about the black toes. I remember I got my black toes with the white tongue. I think it was 2016, 2017. I posted them. People say, hey, that's a great shoe. I love that shoe. I'm like, yeah, me too. It's such a great colorway. And then one guy wrote on there, he says, I love this shoe. I said, I wish they would have done it with the black tongue. And I'm like, I stopped for a second. I'm like, I wrote back to him and said, these used to have a black tongue. He's like, yeah, the OG had I'm like, I didn't know. But it was his nice response to that made me educated me. And it was like, I didn't know, you know? And so it was a long time ago that it happened, but I was like, that one person saying that made me like realize, I'm like, I checked it out and like, sure enough, it sure did, you know?
Yeah.
Did you check out so crazy thing is that's why the beginning moments pack, that black toe, that's why that one had a black tongue.
Okay.
Because it was copying the original. And that's why the 2016, they wanted to separate that one from that one. So they put a white tongue on that one, but like that beginning moments packet, that's why that had a black tongue, because of the OG.
Wow. See, I didn't know that either. See, that's where the thing is that there's if people can just give a soft answer or give a nice answer, there's a lot of things you can just do, like almost like, I don't mean to say like an education moment, but in the sense of a shoe history, it kind of is an education moment for shoes,
realistically,
you know?
it is. It absolutely is. And you're gonna take the information with me giving it to you kindly, as opposed to me checking you. You're not going to take me checking you very well. That's like, dude, who the hell do you think you're talking to? Like, dude, like, okay, you may have this many sneakers or no sneakers, but dude, I collect sneakers. Like you can't act. That's why they're like Jumpman Bostic. I don't know if you've ever had a conversation with that guy.
Yes, love him.
For him to have the collection that he has, I have never seen somebody so humble.
Yes, I know. That guy, I have not talked to him a whole lot personally. He did a live once and I kind of chimed in on a couple comments, but I've seen his videos. First of all, his collection is just absolutely, I just don't even know what to say. Like he goes through with his phone on a video or whatever he's using. And it's like, dude, this looks like a museum, but also like it's incredible, like what he's accumulated. And then he's just like the most humblest dude you'd ever talk to. It's like, he's always so calm and he's always so kind to everybody. And I'm like, dang, man, this guy is who I want to be. This is my hero right here, literally, you know?
It is the Sneaker National Museum.
I want to say, dude, it's unbelievable.
It's so intimidating seeing video of that room. It's just like stuff that I'll probably never see in my life. He just commonly has in his, and the way that he talks, expresses himself, like, so unlike other people, I'm not gonna name no names because that's not in my, I don't do that type of stuff. I met several people at SneakerCon, and these guys were, I didn't even want to be around them. I literally had guys at their table set up like, you don't know who I am. I know exactly who you are. So who you are is supposed to make me act a certain type of way. Like, why would I act like that when you're talking like dude? So because I'm standing by your table, I'm supposed to like Like I'm supposed to like bow to you or something at this point. Like these guys are so full of themselves, and this particular individual, I know he don't have half of what Jumpman Bostic has.
Right. Yep.
And look at how Jumpman Bostic acts compared to this other guy.
Yes. Absolutely.
And that's why I say people recognize real. They recognize genuine people.
Yeah, seriously. And I just want to throw it in there. And I know we don't give off a whole lot of plugs, but seriously, if any young person, older person, anybody that's listening to this that really wants to get into shoes, or if you've been into shoes, go follow Jumpman Bostic.
Absolutely.
You may not be on top, but seriously, just go scroll through his page, check out what he's all about. He's a big advocate for mental health. I know that. And then two, he's just his collection is just absolute. It's like heaven. His whole thing is heaven to me. Like I can't even say it, man. It's insane what he has.
Amazing.
You would not be able to pull me from that room.
Yeah, same.
I just need a couple days in here. Just need to catalog everything and touch it and look at it. I'll put it back and then I'll leave. But just give me a couple days in here, man.
Yeah, he's like one of those guys that come to you to the museum. It's like, would you like a guide? And I'm like, yes, I would love a guide. Could you please escort me around and give me the history of everything that's in here?
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, please keep your voices down, please.
Oh my God. How big is his collection?
It's insane,
unbelievable. I don't even know how many pairs he has. But it's not just pairs that he has. He's got all these other things, all this other memorabilia from Jordan jerseys,
old
cereal
school
boxes,
jumpsuits, and then he has like rare player PEs like Quentin Richardson and Rip Hamilton. Were like this dude's collection is.
It's almost you go through if you just literally go on or type in Jumpman Bostic on your Instagram, it'll come up. Just give that guy a follow. Just scroll through in some of his videos that he just quietly goes through his things and he'll be talking. It's unbelievable, his collection. It's like you can't even. He has so many pairs that you can't see them all because it's like the screen can't capture it all almost.
For sure.
Yeah, he's just an amazing person. Seriously, go follow Jumpman if you guys are listening. Seriously, love him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, also I want to be mindful of time because Lace Kicks told me we only have 40 minutes together.
Sure.
But I'm just loving this conversation with you guys, and now I'm just like, wow, this sneaker culture that you guys are part of, like it's so amazing. You guys are just always uplifting each other, and I really want to talk more about it with you guys and to see how else we could help in the community. But I guess I had all these other questions I want to ask you, but one thing I always like to ask any sneakerhead is like, what is one sneaker that got you started, or why is it that you started collecting sneakers? What got you into that?
Yeah, Shoe Fly, go for it, man. If you want to start.
So, I was blessed to be able to do the Shoe Palace, my closet situation.
Yes.
I don't know if you haven't seen it, go check that out.
I will. I have no. Where is it? Is it on your YouTube?
It's not on my YouTube, but I think I pinned it on my highlights for my Instagram page.
Oh, okay, I'll check it out. How long ago?
But one of the sneaker that first started me off like really, really collecting, because obviously I was born in '82, so I had J's when I was little. My mom, aunties. They all, but of course, those, though I didn't keep up with any of them, but the first sneaker I remember I wanted, and I was like, I'm going to take care of this sneaker, the low top Brave Blue 13s, the black and blue ones.
Wow. Love it.
And I remember I cut grass all summer to obtain this sneaker.
Sheesh.
All summer. He was like, you want these sneakers? You better keep this long up. I cut. But luckily, my stepdad plugged me. So he not only did he buy me those Brave Blue 13s, he bought me the Chutney 13s as well.
Wow.
And it was over for me ever since then. And I went back to school and got the reactions. It was over. It was done.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm wearing J's forever now.
I love it, man. I love that. So for me, I'm a little more new into it. I kind of didn't really start collecting really seriously probably till like 2015 or 16, which is, I know, like 7 years ago at this point. I'm getting old.
Both great years. Both great
they
years.
were definitely. But I when I was a kid, I grew up watching Michael Jordan because my dad was from Chicago. We always watched the games, and just obviously such an incredible player. I mean, we all know, it's just. But I remember when I was a kid, we had just moved recently to our new house. We still had our TV on the floor. We had little rabbit ears coming off to get reception, and I was watching with my brother on the couch. I was watching MJ play the flu game, and he was so sick, and all these things. And it was unbelievable that he pulled out that win. And ever since then, I never forgot that game, and I'll never forget sitting there just being in awe of this guy out here, and Pippen trying to hold him up and help him get him off the court after the game was over. Unbelievable game. So the shoe, as much as I'm into ones, the shoe that really got me all into it was the Flu Game 12s, and I still have them in my closet. Unfortunately, they are the newer version. I would love to get like an older pair of it, but it's a newer version of them. But it's a shoe, even though that I'm into ones, I will never get rid of it because it has such a deeper meaning to me, and I'll never forget sitting there on the couch, just literally the TV was kind of fuzzy, but I'm just like, this is insane that this guy's pulling this off and he's so sick. I couldn't believe it. And then, the rest is history with MJ. He's the greatest. He's a GOAT to me forever. But that's my story. That's me and getting into shoes right there.
Amazing.
Honorable mention, the bunny ears on the TV.
It's true, man. I'm over there. I'm trying to get to the intersection. I'm trying to move this way. I can't miss this game. This is history now. I knew. I didn't know it was history, but I knew I was watching something amazing at the time.
100%. Yeah.
The fact that you mentioned that though is like the struggle that came with that. I can't even imagine you watching that.
Oh man, we had just moved. My parents didn't have any money. We're trying to get. We finally ended up getting like cable or satellite or whatever the heck we got at the time. But I remember at the time we just didn't have the money, and I'm trying to get like rabbit ear reception. It was ridiculous. But I was able to see the game, which was great.
I'm only laughing because I've been through it too, bro.
Oh yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah. Now it's so easy to do anything with technology, but man, those were the days right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
That's so beautiful. Sure. That's so beautiful. I love how sneakers can create those memories, and
absolutely.
They will last a lifetime. But yeah, thank you guys for sharing that. So as we wrap this up, I'd like to ask you guys 3 questions, as we always do for our podcasts. So the 3 questions is: what are you grateful for? What have you realized, or a realization you've had? And what is a question you want to ask yourself or the people listening?
Right. I'm sorry. What was the second one there? I missed it. I think. I'm sorry.
What have you realized, or what's a realization you had?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what I'm grateful for, personally, and even with world, with the social media, I'm just grateful for all the connections. I'm grateful for the family that I have, close by to me, but I'm also grateful for the family that I met on Instagram. And I get people reaching out to me just on DMs like, hey man, just checking in on you, how you doing, stuff like that. It's amazing. I've never met this guy in my life. I've never met Shoefly, but he's the most amazing dude ever. Seriously, guys, go follow Shoefly.
Same to you, buddy.
Amazing dude. He's so OG. He's so cool with his fits. But I'm just like everything that he's got. But I'm just saying, like, just some great connections, great people, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm sorry, and forgive me. The second question was again. I'm so sorry.
What have you realized, or what's a realization you've had?
Right. Yes. I'm sorry. So what I realized, first of all, as hard as it is for me, I feel like I'm a little kid sometimes that I want every Jordan 1 that comes out. You don't have to get every shoe. Not every shoe is going to be amazing. Not every Jordan 1 is going to be a hit. Some of them are going to flop, and don't, for the kids that are out there that you're just trying to save money or trying to go to school, definitely focus on your school and do that. That's important, because when you get your school done and you get the degrees, you'll get the money to buy all the shoes you want. So focus on the things that are important right now. And I have to tell myself that every day. So I always realize that. And things that I would want to see, like ask a question for myself, or for my viewers, or for the viewers, what do you want to see, like, come out of, like, out of the shoe culture in general? Do you just want to see it continue like it is, or do you want to, I'm sure we don't want to see it improve, but I just like to see, like, for myself, I would just like to see, like, what can I do to make it better? And and try to, what can I do as hard as it is on social media to talk to people, because it is that digital age, but I still feel like there are ways I can do it, but how can I question that every day to make myself do better for that person?
Yeah. Beautiful. Love it. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Thank you.
What about you, Taureen?
So speaking with mental health and everything, something that probably a lot of people wouldn't even know about me. One of the things the thing actually that I cherish absolutely the most is my family. Like, I go to work every day for them. I love them. I love my girl, Kim. Shout out. Love you, boo-boo. My daughters, Brielle and my daughter, Kiwi. My youngest daughter, she actually was born with a rare genetic disease that was a terminal disease that she had to have a bone marrow transplant for.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
So she almost passed during that bone marrow transplant. She
oh, my God.
had to get hooked up to a dialysis machine. Ventilator was doing the breathing for her. And the thing that made me realize is that God is good, man.
Yeah,
God is good.
Right on.
My baby 2 or 3 weeks ago just started walking, man.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
wow.
man.
Started
That's
walking.
big.
And with everything that's happened with her, and like you just realize, man, like, don't live your life negatively, man. Don't take any day for granted, and just try to be as positive as you possibly can be, man. Like, cause like I said, even with the Kobe situation, you never know when your number is going to be called, and you never know the situations that other people are dealing with, and just try to spread positivity, man. And like I said, man, I know I don't want to sound like a preacher or anything, but like I said, I just know and I realize God is good, man. You know, I feel like my baby is alive today because of a higher power. You know what I mean?
Right on.
And I would just say, you know, we just need more kindness in the world. You know, if you're at a register and it's asking, would you like to donate the rest of your change to this foundation? Do it. It's change, man.
Yeah.
It's change. And I know for us, a lot of that stuff was huge for my daughter being able to get the medical care that she needed. So like just spreading positivity, man. Like, if you have a chance to help somebody, do it, man, because someday you might be the person that needs that help. And it goes a long way. You just don't understand, like, seeing the other families that were in that hospital and stuff like that, like help when you can. Help when you can.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, seriously. That's huge.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks so much, guys. Like,
thank you.
It's an appreciation to be able to chat with you and have this conversation. And, you know, being the first time meeting you guys, like, it was a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Likewise.
We appreciate you too, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully we can have another chat again. It would be nice.
We will have another chat.
We will have another chat.
We will.
We will.
I love it.
Let's do it. I love it. Thank you guys so much. I know you guys, it's getting late over there, so I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for spending this time with us, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Peace. You too, Lace Kicks, man.
Okiru.